all that noise is coming out of here. And what I think it is I think the pinion where it goes onto the crown. I know that pinion where the drive shaft goes in is wobbling around a bit. So we're going to pull that out. In order to do that, I'm going to start by just taking off the tires and getting this jacked up in the air and stabilized. And then we'll go from there. So this side had a castle nut and cotter pin. And this side over here ouch, just cut myself. Has this groove here, and they punched the side of the nut into that groove to lock it in place. So next, I'm going to take off the caliper. Once that's off, this piece here should just pull right off. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pull these bolts out on the top and the bottom. So I've already loosened them off. Okay, this, that, where to put the bolt. I loosen this off because I want to be able to move this arm. In order to give this a good pull to pop it out of the diff, I want to get this as straight as I can, so that I'm pulling straight out, and I'm hoping that circlip that's holding it in place just pops off easy. Took all the bolts out, I took this mounting piece off. Now I'm going to take this belly pan off and disconnect the brake, and I'm hoping this will just drop through. So the brake is held on with 2 bolts right here, and once that came off, and don't forget to take your hose off. But yeah, it's out now, just come out the bottom. But I think we have a pretty good idea of where the failure is. All right. Well, now that I have the diff out, I'm going to get a look at it here and take these bolts out and see if this whole end will come out, so I can get a look at what kind of wear's inside there before I open up the case. I'll also be able to see if there's any oil in there and maybe pour it out. Well, when I opened it up, that's what I found left of the bearing. So there's a whole bunch more in there ground up somewhere. And that's pretty messed up. Pieces missing right off the gear. I'm going to open this up. I want to see what kind of damage is inside. So I took the bolts out all the way around. Don't know if I have to take this one out yet. It has a pry point here, and then on the opposite side there's another one. So I'm going to try and at least get it to crack the seal. See what else. Put this together. Well, having a hole in the case is probably not a good sign. But we'll take this apart just to have a look. Well, I would say, as expected, the crown gear is wrecked, and this was packed with grease. So the guy that sold it to my son packed it full of grease to silence it a bit, and then it came apart after about a 10-mile run. So we got a good deal on it, so I'm not going to complain. But definitely a new diff with the hole in the case. So I'm not gonna play around with trying to rebuild it.